Facebook censors female professor's book critiquing toxic femininity. Now, of course, you know this is total bullshit. You know that there's plenty of books on Facebook that never in the history of Facebook has a book about toxic masculinity been censored. The moment you started critiquing the left using their own methods and tactics against them, uh-oh, gotta ban you. So Facebook and Instagram removed posts advertising a best-selling book criticizing the toxic femininity and Marxist roots of radical feminism, claiming the posts violated the community's commerce policies. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. Oh, man, that's insane. But by the way, wouldn't any of those books that are on Facebook about toxic masculinity also be violating commerce policies? No, because it's an objectively proven fact that the patriarchy exists, men are evil, and the toxic masculinity is real. You have any evidence for that? No. The fact that the outcomes created by toxic masculinity exist proves toxic masculinity exists. Isn't that a circular argument? Oh, shut the fuck up. You're banned. Anyway, before I get into this story, I'd like to ask those of you out there that like and appreciate the raw, red pill, in-your-face nature of my content to please consider going and checking out my website, therealistphilosopher.com. That is therealistphilosopher.com, and consider making a donation. You'll find 3 donation methods at the bottom of the page. Number 1, Bitcoin. My Bitcoin wallet address where you can directly send Bitcoin. Number 2, my Cash App. It's a free app that allows you to send and receive money anonymously. And number 3, my Patreon, which is a per-piece donation platform. I make about 8 pieces a month. So if you donate $1, it's like $8 a month, 50 cents, $4 a month. And you get some nice little perks as well. One of those perks being direct contact with me whenever I have some free time. So go check that out, therealistphilosopher.com. There's therealistphilosopher.com. And also don't forget to follow me on BitChute, where all my content ends up. BitChute.com/therealistphilosopher. That's BITCHUTE.com/therealistphilosopher. Go check it out. Okay, so the book in question, The Anti-Mary Exposed, Rescuing the Culture from Toxic Femininity, was written by Carrie Gress, a woman. Interesting. PhD, a Catholic professor at Pontifex University and mother of 5. Oh, well, automatically you know she's evil. Automatically you know she's evil and is suffering from unconscious chauvinism, unconscious masculinity or something. The book has sold exceptionally well, still ranked 7,948 on Amazon a year after its release. That's well. Well, I guess if there's 1 million books out there, yes, 7,948 is good. I don't know. And it has been reviewed 423 times with an average of 4.7 out of 5 stars. Ooh, oh, they don't like that. The left doesn't like that at all. I guess those stars are difficult to jury rig. And I would assume that it probably got a lot of rabid feminists going on there and downvoting it. So 4.7 out of 5 stars for a book like this, it's got to be a good book. The rejection message said the ad for the book did not comply with Facebook's commerce policies. Why not? I don't understand. The rejection message said the ad for the book did not comply with Facebook's commerce policies because listings may not promote the buying, selling, or use of adult products. Emphasis on adult products. What adult products are being sold? This is very confusing. The ads were also banned on Instagram. Doesn't Facebook own Instagram? Yeah. Which is also owned by Facebook, and the book has experienced repeated glitches on Amazon as well, with the removal of buttons to purchase the book. Why am I not surprised? Dr. Gress told Breitbart News Saturday that she is by no means alone in being censored by big tech for her conservative and Catholic ideas. They hate you. They hate you. Catholicism promotes monogamy and emphasis on family. They don't like that. Strong family and emphasis on family and monogamy would destroy some of the most powerful tools for deconstructing Western society. Can't have that. But says that ultimately this progressive heavy-handedness may backfire. Yeah, may. I don't know, in this leftist charged atmosphere you're living in right now with the left being the establishment, I kind of doubt it. I don't think there's going to be any real repercussions for this heavy-handedness. I think we will continue to see more of this, and a real pattern will emerge. Doesn't matter. Reality doesn't exist. Patterns aren't real. The only facts that are real are my facts, if you're a leftist, so good luck getting some kind of backlash against these people, lady, she said, adding that many people have reached out to her in support and have even been moved to purchase her book. Okay. So, people want to do something. Yeah, reading a book, it's not really doing something. Oh, I guess it is doing something, but it's not the correct thing to fight this shit. Anything to fight this big tech monopoly that we all feel like we are living under. Yeah, buying your book is fighting the big tech monopoly. Okay. So it is a great moment for people with fresh ideas to start building, she told Breitbart News. Yeah. Of course, she wants people to buy her book. And you're fighting big tech monopolies by buying my book. I don't know about that. Gress also said she thinks her adoption of the expression toxic femininity has really gotten under the skin of radical feminists who think of toxicity as the exclusive domain of males. Yeah. These are the same. You mean the same rabid lesbo feminazis who dress up like men and act like men? I can imagine those words in my title could be a trigger. Yeah. Well, the left doesn't seem to have a problem with triggering men by saying toxic masculinity all the time, kill all men, white genocide, white male genocide, and male tears. I love male tears, so I don't give a fuck what triggers them. As I note in the book, women are supposed to be untouchable as long as they do what the reigning culture tells them to do, she noted. Oh. Yeah, you're not allowed to express those opinions, honey. I'm sure they hate you. You're a turncoat in their eyes. The group of elite women and the men who assist them, simps, cucks, male feminists, wimps, blue pill manginas, yeah, empowering their own enslavement, that control so much of our messaging to women are quick to silence anyone who speaks out against their message. For over 50 years, we have been told that men are the problem, women the solution, and books like mine really challenge their narrative. Women are not the solution because men are not the problem, because men have existed for millions of years, and there was no problem until lately. Until people started spreading lies about female oppression at the hands of men. We have all been oppressed throughout history. If you just go back 100 years, grinding poverty, almost everybody existed in grinding poverty. Go back 200 years, almost everybody was a fucking serf, yo. Serving somebody else. Growing food, whether or not they had the skill or the ability to be a good farmer, and they had no other options. And they were slaves to the land and the landowner, which wasn't them. And most people didn't have the right to vote. Men only got the right to vote, I think, something like 68 years or something before women in America, or something like that. Some people could vote. Landowners. By the way, something we might want to go back to, or at the very least, only taxpayers should be able to vote because, people that don't pay taxes voting kind of incentivizes those people to vote for policies that heavily favor social programs, meaning welfare, which is a bad idea. So we don't want those people voting, but they do anyway. So this whole narrative is bullshit. Reality has oppressed people throughout the history of time. Men have not oppressed women. That's a total, complete fucking lie. Evidenced by the fact that the left never talks about the kind of hardships that men have. Oh, men have no hardships. All women having hardships. We bleed once a month and gotta have the babies. Yeah. Oh, wow, you got it so tough, ladies. Yeah. Unbelievably ridiculous. Women who disagree with the radical feminist agenda get called things like dangerous and are sandbagged in any way possible, of course. Well, you're threatening their monopoly on power. Women control America. Men don't control America. Oh, realist philosopher, you silly, naive man, you. Who's in all the positions of power? Included in the government. It's mostly men. Right, and who voted for those men? Women. Women are the majority of voters, and they tend to vote collectively with the sisterhood and for anybody that promotes pro-female programs. It's women that put them into power. And it's women who keep them in power. And to stay in power, those politicians do what the women want. Meaning the Marxists, because all feminism is cultural Marxism. So, who really has the power? The person who's in that position or the person who pulls their strings? Think about that. Most women who are pro-life and who don't buy into the lie that men and our children are our enemy just aren't willing to put themselves on the line to confront this bullying mob. I got news for you. Most people in general are not willing to put themselves forth to confront this bullying mob, okay? They don't want to get killed. Gress also said that it is uncanny how many Catholic books in particular face Amazon censorship. The Catholic message is anathema to the Marxist message, so of course it's got to go. It's a competing religion. Just like the Jews were vilified and attacked by the Christians, now the Christians are being attacked and vilified by the left, which is just another religion with its own dogma, its own ideology, and own beliefs based completely, totally on faith, regardless of what they tell you. That's why they tell you, my facts, your facts. My truth is truth. Yeah, okay. Facebook eventually did get back to the booksellers and said there was a glitch in the algorithm. It's amazing how these glitches only seem to affect right-wing Christian conservatives, she told Breitbart News. If it were an isolated case, I wouldn't give it all a second thought, but there seems to be a lot of glitches in algorithms, with it affecting a lot more Catholic products than just mine. Yeah. These glitches are a little too selective for it to be an accident, yo. My publisher has had ads refused repeatedly. One that said, become a saint. Another was for a new book called Motherhood Redeemed, How Radical Feminism Betrayed Maternal Love, she said. By the way, I get tired of these distinctions made between radical feminism and feminism, like they're somehow different when they're exactly the same thing. They're no different. No different. It's just an honesty difference. The radical feminists are just being honest about how all feminists really think and fucking feel, either deep down or not so deep down. This idea that feminism, that there's some kind of moderate, acceptable form of feminism that's good, is total bullshit. All feminism is cultural Marxism. All feminism preaches that the patriarchy is real, men oppress women, and women are oppressed class. That's all feminism. How can you say that, well, that kind of feminism is okay, but the radical feminists who are actually coming out and saying these things and expressing their hate, as opposed to the so-called moderate, acceptable feminist that doesn't, is beyond me. They're both the same. There's no difference. No difference whatsoever. The only difference is in the fucking wrapping and the packaging, that's all. So there you go. Yeah. Toxic femininity is not a real thing. But toxic masculinity is real. This is a perfect example, by the way, of how the left will try to stop you from using their own weapons against them. I've talked about this repeatedly. Look at how the left works. Read Rules for Radicals by Saul Alinsky. Look closely at the methods and the tactics of the left and employ them against the left ever more. And don't let yourself become discouraged from doing so. Eventually, it'll reach such a point where many leftists will get tired of it, and then they will abandon these methods because they're now being used against them. So you got to fight fire with fire. Trust me on this. Anyway, let me know what you think. Is toxic femininity a real thing? Is toxic masculinity a real thing? Let me know in the comment section. And please like and subscribe to my BitChute channel if you have not already. bitchute.com/The Realist Philosopher. That's bitchute.com/The Realist Philosopher. And if you really like what I do, go check out my website. TheRealistPhilosopher.com. That is TheRealistPhilosopher.com. And consider making a donation. I could really use your help.